Richard at 612-919-5526, 612-919-5526, or autotech.org.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly sunny today with a high of 58, then tonight cloudy skies with a low of 40. Vinaigrette can add the perfect complement to your next home-cooked meal. Taste test their wide selection of oils and vinegars, and they'll bottle it for you right on the spot. Vinaigrette is located at 50th and Xerxes in South Minneapolis. Check them out at vinaigrettemn.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where my name is Ken Hagelin, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It's another fabulous day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today, and I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. Well, we have another great show for you today. Joining me in a few minutes will be Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl & Company, a St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency. And this is the last of a series of shows we are doing this fall to make sure that everyone out there is prepared to take advantage of the Medicare open enrollment period. Now, Harvey's a licensed agent in life, health insurance for all ages, accident and travel insurance in the state of Minnesota. And he's also certified in 10 brands of Medicare carriers. And today, as always, we'll be talking about how important it is to participate in an annual review during the Medicare open enrollment period from October 15th through December 7th for current Medicare clients. As you know, from all the shows we've done with Harvey, is having someone who can advocate for you to make certain that your doctors and medications are obtained from in-network providers will help keep your expenses as low as possible. All right, so you'll enjoy listening to my conversation today with Harvey Pearl, and this is, again, the last of a series of these shows during this open enrollment period. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and, of course, topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows. We look forward to hearing from you. We're also adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website. And we can also be found on iTunes, Spotify, and many other podcast and streaming services. You can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. I bet you didn't know that. So that's always good to know. So if you have a question for us today, and this is a great chance to talk to an expert on Medicare, there are two ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Patrick, will get your call on the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205. Or you can text us your question at 612-999-3426. We'll repeat those numbers throughout the show, so don't worry if you miss them. Also, don't wait till the show is ended to call or text us. We get many calls and texts after the shows. And so if you have a question, many others do as well. So please try and contact us during the show today. We look forward to answering your questions. All right. we're welcoming back Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl and Company, to the show. He has his brokerage firm in St. Paul, and welcome back, Harvey.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's
So,
good to see you again.
Yeah,
We did this a week ago,
I know,
didn't we?
2 shows back to back. It just shows
How lucky
how
am I?
important this is.
It
Well, how lucky
is.
am I
Well,
to have you
it's-
here? To have the expert in-house.
Well, thank you.
Um,
But it just goes to show the intensity of the time of the year. And I appreciate the extra opportunity that we've had to do 4 of these sessions this season. And we're going to do a few in the spring.
Yes.
And so we've got more
yes.
fun to look
No,
forward to
no,
because
for sure.
Medicare happens all year round.
Yes, and we talked before that they don't have to wait till now to contact you. They can contact you throughout the year.
Throughout the year.
We'll make sure that they have ample ways to contact you throughout the show here. But for those who are tuning in for the first time, could you give us just a little background about you and your organization, just so that those new people can
Oh,
realize,
sure.
who is this expert,
Yeah,
Harvey Pearl?
Where did I come from? So
Yes.
years ago, I used to be a nursing home owner and administrator. So I have a little bit more familiarity than the average bear on gerontology and the challenges that we all face as we face these stages of our lives. And that actually has proven to be very useful for discussing Medicare and Medicaid and how people qualify for these benefits that the government provides us. And they cover a lot of things, and there's a lot of things they don't cover, but we help educate people and help them understand where the differences are and where we can creatively resource them, perhaps. So I've enjoyed our expansion. We're now in 5 states. We're licensed in Minnesota and Colorado and Arizona and Georgia and now Maryland.
Mhm.
We added this year, which we're very excited about. That's been a big wake-up call for us. So we're getting our tentacles out there.
No, that's great. And how long have you been doing this?
In the Medicare space, I've been doing this since 2019. And like any job, you learn something new every day. So modestly speaking, we're a lot smarter than we used to be. But
Yes.
in 5 years from now, we're going to be a lot smarter than we are now,
Well,
I hope.
No, for sure. And see, I always say that if you're not learning something, then you're not trying hard enough.
Right.
Because, in my profession, I've been doing it for over 10 years. And every week, honest to goodness, every week, my team and I learn something new.
Right. And that's what makes this fun. We
Yeah.
really, the things that we look forward to are in many cases what we're not expecting. And so you can't learn it all from a book. A lot
No.
of this is
Oh,
life
yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
So we're really very pleased to be able to be challenged and to stay on top of what's going on with Medicare because it is a moving target. It's very dynamic. The rules are changing again for 2025, and we're preparing people for those changes. They're surprised at, well, why doesn't my plan this year work for next year? It's doing fine. It ain't broke. Why are we fixing it? Because we don't know until we do. We're going to talk a bit about the importance of an annual review. So to jump into some of the topics of today, I'm throwing a whole variety of things against the wall. So buckle up and take notes. And question number 1 is, so how are mom and dad? Have you been paying attention to their Medicare? And they may be used to whatever program they've been in, but we've got an Inflation Reduction Act that's changing the whole pricing structure of medications in the new year. Are you ready for that? And they need you to advocate for them because this is a lot. So are they on any new medications? Have their doctors retired? Have their health conditions changed? Are they in assisted living or a nursing home? And do they need to make sure their Medicare is going to provide the support that they need for maybe home health care or for durable medical equipment? If you're not involved advocating for mom and dad, well, so when are you going to plan to start doing that? Because now is the best time. Whenever now is, that is the best time. Another topic we've chatted about in the past, and these are a variety of reminders, get into the habit of asking with every appointment, does the doctor accept Medicare as full payment? There's 2 different versions I just learned just this week, actually. There's accepting Medicare, and then there's accepting Medicare as full payment. And there is a big difference. And what you want to know is that does the doctor accept Medicare as full payment? Because if they don't, you could be getting a surprise bill that you should not have to pay.
Balance billing. Is that what it is? Yeah,
It's a part of
it's
all
part
of
the
that.
balance
Yes.
billing. Yeah.
And so when you call the desk clerk to make that appointment and you ask, does the doctor accept Medicare as full payment? They may blow you off and say, yeah, we all take Medicare. It's a great thing. Do not accept that as an answer. Ask, I'm going to be seeing Dr. Jones at this date, at this time. Does this doctor accept Medicare as full payment? Because if it turns out that the doctor doesn't, that bill is yours. So when you get those answers, write down the desk clerk's name, the date that you spoke with them, and at least that gives you some defense so that if you get a bill, you got something to fall back on. Because if you just say, well, someone told me at your office, that's not good enough. More importantly, if you're anticipating a procedure, and let's say it's a colonoscopy, and you've got a team of people in that room, that's great. And you know the doctor accepts Medicare, but what about the anesthesiologist or the pharmacy tech or the whoever else is in the room? Find out in advance, is everyone in that room going to be accepting Medicare as full payment? And if the answer is, well, we're not sure about this one, good. Replace that person with someone who accepts Medicare as full payment. You need to have that assurance. And yes, you need to self-advocate. And it's critical because surprise bills are not reversible. Another thought is your friends and family mean well when they say to you, you should have my plan because it's the best. And I don't know why anybody doesn't have my plan. It's awesome. And it is awesome for them. It's not necessarily awesome for you. You have different doctors, you have different medications, you have different health histories, and you have different budgets. And so, you know, following their lead blindly, they mean well, but it's not necessarily in your best interest. So the best gift that they're giving you is the smarts to ask the questions from a broker, someone like what we do.
Right. All right.
It
Yeah.
looks like we're running out of time
the
for this
music
segment.
is queuing us out. That's right. We'll be right back
Okay.
to talk with Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl & Company, a St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency. If you have a question, please give us a call. Harvey is licensed in Minnesota as a life and health insurance for all ages, and he's also certified in several brands of Medicare carriers. So he's an expert here. So feel free to give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you're listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
It's no secret that medical care costs are soaring, with nursing home and skilled nursing care costs being some of the highest. You don't have to deplete your savings in order to receive long-term care. At Schroman Law, we work with families to develop and implement strategic planning for medical assistance for long-term care, for assisted living, nursing home care, or home-based care. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Whether you rent or own a home, we all likely have nightmare stories about home maintenance, or what I like to call home cringe moments. Join me, your host, Katie Shahan, for the Yarlow Home Cringe Show. See what home cringe-worthy stories we have for you each week as we talk with local home service pros. Learn best practices for winterizing your home or what to look for after a hailstorm. Listen to the Yarlow Home Cringe Show every Sunday at 2 p.m. or on your favorite podcast app.
Hi, I'm Philip Anthony, host of the Downright Upright Show, airing right here on AM 950 radio, Saturdays at 5 p.m. Join me as I dive into captivating conversations with people from all walks of life. As a proud member of the LGBTQ community, I celebrate diversity and beyond with unique stories that make us fantabulous. Please join me every Saturday at 5 p.m. or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Overwhelmed trying to make sense of Medicare? As a licensed advisor, I can help you determine your healthcare needs and evaluate your options. I'm Harvey Pearl of Pearl & Company, and I want you to have the peace of mind knowing you have the best coverage available. You deserve an advocate you can trust and coverage you can rely on. And there's no fee, ever. Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. Find me at pearlsofwisdom.com. That's PERLES of wisdom.com. So we can strategize together.
Hi, I'm Peter Solak.
And I'm Adam Ostrowski.
We are here at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces to talk about the joy of live fire cooking. Cooking over a live fire is the oldest and most basic form of cooking.
What's new is in the way fire is handled and its heat is managed.
It's easier to experience and enjoy the smell and taste of food cooked over a live fire.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces sells and installs live fire grills, fire pits, and ovens. Let us help you experience the smell, the taste, the fun of cooking with fire.
Pizza was first made and is still best made in an open fire oven. The radiant and conductive heat of a live fire is unmatched for wood roasting and baking artisan breads too.
Come see the many ways you can cook over a live fire.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces has over 35 working wood and gas units on display at the corner of East Franklin and Riverside Avenue in Minneapolis. More information at woodlandstoves.com. Find the fire that works for you. Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces. Out of the ordinary products and services since 1977.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Hageland, and joining me today is Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl & Company, a St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency. And Harvey's an expert in this area of Medicare. He's also an expert in other insurances like life insurance and travel and accident insurance. But he's here today focused on Medicare insurance. And we just want to remind people how important it is to have someone like Harvey, an independent person looking at your situation to make sure you have the right plan for your needs. If you have a question for us, please contact us at 952-946-6205, or you can text us at 612-999-3426. Harvey, how can our listeners contact you and your organization if they have questions or want more information?
Thank you for asking. 651-303-8889. And that's 651-303-8889. Only humans answer our phones. No prompts, no voicemails, no automatic anythings. Do not press 9 to be ignored. And our system does not hang up on people. It's amazing. What a concept.
What a concept. Right. People answering the phone.
Yes.
Wow. All right. Well, let's jump in here. We're trying to cover a lot of ground today.
Yes. So the theme of this section is get a review, for God's sake.
Yes. Right.
Is access to Mayo Clinic in Rochester specifically, not the satellite locations, but Rochester, Minnesota.
Right.
If that's important to you, get a review.
The Gonda building.
Because the Advantage plans can change from year to year.
Mm-hmm.
It matters. It really matters. The Inflation Reduction Act has changed the whole medication landscape by reducing things down, reducing cost of medications down to $2,000 a year if they're covered.
Mm-hmm.
And what is covered this year may not be covered next year. Has your health changed? Your review will tell you if your current health needs are going to be covered or not, if your meds are going to be covered or not, if your doctors are going to be covered or not. Some health systems were not going to play with certain carriers in the coming year, and then they made nice and they found a way to play in the sandbox together. So they made a multi-year contract and promised that they'll all be nice to each other. And that's good, but that's an example of a year-to-year change. And there are some plans that are not going to play with other carriers in the state. And we can't rely on what we necessarily see on the internet, what we think we understood from an article, what somebody intended well to tell us. Ask a broker. We will know for sure who's in, who's out. And that's what we do. And by the way, I'm going to mention our phone number again in case you missed it. And I'm plugging this point not to sell us, but to give you a resource. It's good to have places to go with questions. 651-303-8889. So if you have not scheduled your review, I don't care if you think your plan is good enough for next year or not, because frankly speaking, you're wrong. You don't know. So stop fooling yourself. Someone canceled an appointment with us a week because they said, hey, I like my plan. I don't need a review.
Oh,
And I left her a message saying, why are you shooting yourself in the foot? Because you don't know. So knowledge is power. There's no need to be a coward. There's no value system here. No one's going to look down on you. Stop making excuses. Stop pretending like you can wing it and throw a dart. You can't. It's too important to muck around with your health insurance, folks. So it's okay. That's why sources like what we do are available to you. We're not here to sell you anything. And that's, I think, the biggest fear that people have is that they think they're going to be sold. That's not what we do. We want people to be smarter. That's what we do. And when people are smart, they make good decisions. So that's what our aim has been constantly. People are constantly thanking us for easing their stomach acids, which is a big thing, and feeling like they are knowing more at the end of our discussions than they knew at the time coming in. And that's exactly what we want to help you with. And you know what? Not everybody's meant for everybody. If we're not the right match for you, that's okay. Find somebody who is a match for you. I don't know why people wouldn't be a match for us, because we're really nice and we're really genuine, but
and again,
that's why there are choices in life.
How much do you charge for those?
All of zero, even for you, everybody.
I think it's important. There's no reason to not call.
Right. Free is good, and it doesn't have a catch, and there's no gimmicks, and there's nothing that we're pulling over your eyes. And that's, and thank you for asking that, because no fee ever is a slogan that we use, and we mean
it's right on your website.
And it's on our website. And so we're available to you all year round. And we want people to call us when life happens and things change. So again, only humans answering our phones. If I can't answer, Raphael answers. If he can't answer, Jennifer answers. If she can't answer, we have a receptionist that answers. People are good. And one of the advantages of that is if you have an emergency, you've got someone to say, please interrupt Harvey's meeting. I've got an emergency.
He's on the air, though.
Well, yeah, but that's okay.
So you got to wait a few minutes, and then we'll call you right after the show's done.
But you know what's really cool? And this is just happening just this week. I answered the phone, and someone said, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Raphael.
Oh.
I was like, yay, this is great, because that's the culture we have in our team.
Yeah.
Everybody's got an expertise at something. We want you all to get to know every member of our team. So we're not incentivized by any plan or carrier. It's all about you. It's all about advocating for you. A couple of unrelated other thoughts. Tom Hartman is a famous celebrity on this network. He may not be wrong. He does not like Medicare Advantage plans. He's been very vocal about that. I was reading an article this morning that one of your staff here had sent to me. And his article makes sense, and his reasonings make sense, but there's few absolutes in life. So Medicare Advantage plans do meet a need for people, and Medigap plans do meet a need for other people. So there's not necessarily all right and all wrong, but yes, there's a lot of manipulative advertising out there on TV particularly, and I'm constantly throwing things at my TV set, which is not the TV set's fault, but it does bother me that manipulative advertising in the Medicare Advantage space particularly is unnecessarily manipulative, and people are falling for it all the time, and they're making huge mistakes, and it really should not be allowed. And that may be the right plan for you. It may be. But tell people the whole story. And what they're doing is they're dangling the things you want to hear, like $0 premiums. Well, of course, that sounds great. What they're not telling you is where's the hidden message? Where's the hidden cost? And they're not doing that. And I resent it. It's inappropriate.
Well, they're captive, too. When you call,
right,
you're talking to
all they want to do is sell you something, because that's all they care about.
They're not independent. Okay. It's the time for a short break, Harvey. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl & Company, a local St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency. If you have a question for Harvey, he is the expert here for us, and he's been doing this for years, and he's been on the show for years, and we really appreciate his expertise. So if you have a question, give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Hi, I'm Mary T, inviting you to experience our integrative Mary T Health and Wellness Center, offering physical, occupational, speech, and lymphedema therapies. Experience our guided imagery, meditation, Tibetan medicine, dry needling, massage services, including cupping and oncology massage. Sign up for our free wellness screenings and learn more at marytwellness.com. All major health insurance providers are accepted. Come for therapy, experience wellness.
Overwhelmed trying to make sense of Medicare? As a licensed advisor, I can help you determine your healthcare needs and evaluate your options. I'm Harvey Pearl of Pearl & Company, and I want you to have the peace of mind knowing you have the best coverage available. You deserve an advocate you can trust and coverage you can rely on. And there's no fee, ever. Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. Call me now at 651-303-8889 so we can strategize together.
It's time to experience the amazing flavors of EatLocalMinnesota.com. It's your key to unlocking the best local and independently owned restaurants in the Twin Cities. Nightingale off 26th and Lindale is where good times and great flavors unite. Chef Carrie keeps it fresh with seasonal dishes, or savor classics like the Nightingale Burger, steak tartare, and irresistible chocolate pot de crème. Explore tasty vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free options, and enjoy craft cocktails, curated wines, and half-price wine bottles every Monday. Open daily 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. More at nightingalempls.com. Maverick's Real Roast Beef in Roseville sets the bar when it comes to roast beef sandwiches. But let's not forget their other mouthwatering offerings. From Philly steak to turkey bacon avocado, BLT, crispy chicken, fish, brisket, and pulled pork, the menu is a flavor-packed delight. Don't miss out on their delicious variety. Explore the full menu at mavericksbeef.com. Your taste buds will thank you.
Hi, I'm Bruce Klopfleisch. Join me every Sunday at 5 p.m. for Politics Matters. We'll talk about how civics, politics, and law affect you by highlighting a different topic each week. In this week's show, we finish the original Constitution, covering Articles 5 through 7, and discuss more reasons why the Democrats lost another close election. Tune in Sundays at 5 p.m. for Politics Matters with Bruce Klopfleisch to discover why government and civics matter, and podcast the show anytime on your favorite app.
Are your remote workers putting your company at risk? Not sure what steps to take to secure your data? Hi, Mark Sommerfeld from Rymark. The Rymark team is guiding our clients through these difficult times. In fact, demand has been so high, we created an easy-to-follow guide with the 5 steps to securely work from home. It's yours free. Download our 5 steps to securely work from home now at rymarkit.com or call 651-328-8900 for a no-cost how-to discussion.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly sunny today with a high of 58, then tonight cloudy skies with a low of 40. Vinaigrette can add the perfect complement to your next home-cooked meal. Taste test their wide selection of oils and vinegars, and they'll bottle it for you right on the spot. Vinaigrette is located at 50th and Xerxes in South Minneapolis. Check them out at vinaigrettemn.com. This is AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. And that's very important for us on the show here. We want to make sure that you have the information you need to maximize your quality of life. My name is Ken Hageland, and joining me today is our expert in Medicare insurance plans, and that is Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl & Company, a St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency. And we're just reminding you today how important it is to participate in an annual review during the Medicare open enrollment period, which runs from October 15th through December 7th for current Medicare clients. And we're also highlighting several important points to remember before you select a plan. Before we return to our conversation with Harvey Pearl, I want to mention this show is brought to you in part each week by the team at Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice provides patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life healthcare services. You may not be aware that hospice brings compassionate medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services right to your home with typically no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by one of their trained registered nurses. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, that number is 952-898-1022, or simply visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. All right, let's return to our conversation with the Medicare expert, Harvey Pearl. If you have a question for us, give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Harvey, how can our listeners contact you if they have questions or want more information?
Feel free to call the Pearl and Company hotline.
That's right.
651-303-8889. And we'll be here for you.
That's your lifeline for information and
Exactly.
education.
Right.
Like
It's
I said,
all about that.
you're not trying to sell anybody anything. You're trying to educate them.
Right. And look, ultimately, this is a transaction will ultimately result if it's meant to be.
Right. But they're confident then, though.
But at that point, you're making that decision because
Right.
you are smarter than you were on day one. And
Right. Or
that's
even
exactly-
just an hour before talking to you.
Well, yeah. And so, yes, this is a business.
Yes,
We
right.
can't deny what it is.
Right.
But it's how we approach it. And so, many of the times I'm saying it's all about you, and it is all about you. It is not about us. So let's ask a couple of you questions.
Right.
When did you see the doctor last? and if not, why not? And when you go see the doctor, by the way, ask the doctor how the doctor's doing, because they're people too. And they really would love if people would ask them how they're doing. So go see your doctor and reacquaint yourself. Have you had a mammogram lately? And if not, why not? How's your colonoscopy status? Are you out for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? But if there's a polyp that was found, maybe every 3 years is when you should have one. Get it done. Yeah. It's available to you, and insurances cover these things. How's your prostate doing? So let me tell you about mine. I now have prostate cancer only because we caught it early. And yeah, I'm not bragging about it. I'm not happy about it. But if I didn't have it checked, I wouldn't know that I have it now to deal with it. And so knowledge is power. And that's what's really important. Here's where you need to self-advocate for you. How's your A1C? How are your blood sugars? Are you monitoring your blood sugar? Should you be monitoring your blood sugars? Diabetes is not the death sentence it used to be.
It's reversible.
Actually, to that point, my insulin has been discontinued this year, which is amazing.
Congratulations. That's great.
I'm lucky beyond words, but it took some work. Yeah. And it's what you eat. It's how you exercise.
Lifestyle. Yeah.
Right? And I will admit, Ozempic was wonderful. It has been very significant, but it dropped my A1C down to 5.3, which is really desirable.
Oh, that's a great range.
And I lost 40 pounds. I don't know where they went. I'm sure I hid them somewhere, but who the heck knew I had 40 pounds?
I was going to say, you're always in such great shape and condition. And
thank you.
Yes.
But these are the fun surprises. And if we don't monitor our health, we're not going to experience these fun surprises. Hey, so how's your skin? And if you're looking in the mirror after you come out of the shower, is that thing on the side looking really weird? And so when are you making that dermatologist appointment? And yeah, you may have to wait a few months, but go see the dermatologist and ask the dermatologist how they're doing, by the way. So have you had a physical? And I mean an actual physical, not the kind that's just, so how are you doing? And it's a conversation. Conversations are great. When did you have an actual physical? this is where things are detected. And this is why they're available to us. Are you carrying more weight around the middle of your belly than you maybe really want to? And if not, if you are you walking? Are you doing something simple and just socializing with a neighbor just to get the social part in and get some exercise and get your circulation going? You know, those simple things can be done. And if we haven't done any of those things, well, why the heck not? I don't have time? Really? For your health? Come on. We can all do better than that. We are now in the fourth quarter of the year, and it's gift time. This is what we're reminded about all the time. It's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, it's Hanukkah. It's all about giving to each other. So here's the biggest gift that you can give for those people who love you, for those who even like you, even if you may be grumpy on occasion, but they still manage to like you. It's time to check in with your doctors so that you can last as long as you possibly can, because they want you around. Even if they have to just tolerate you, they want you around. And so they give them a gift. Take care of you. I wish more people would look at things in that respect, because it really is a gift.
Yeah.
So, you know, and ask people to check in on you. I'm not bragging over the fact that I've been diabetic for the last 15 years, but I want people to know I'm diabetic, because if I pass out,
Right.
I want people to know what some
caused it.
clue or
Right.
what to tell a paramedic,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So there's nothing to be ashamed of. We're all just human. It's all good. So generally speaking, we're all living longer. We're not maybe in perfect health, but we're definitely living longer, more active lives. We're working longer. We're traveling more. We're living into our 80s and 90s. I mean, when Willard Scott used to celebrate 100-year birthdays on the Today Show, that was odd. Now it's really common. And Betty White got cheated, by the way, just by a
right.
short time. She lost it in 99. But my dad died at 69 because he took lousy care of himself. He did. My grandmother died at 72 in the 1960s. That was long then. But my mom, she knew how to live. She died at 94. And for her 90th birthday, we took each other to visit Israel for her 90th birthday. And that was really, really cool. She was 90. And the people in our travel group kept on saying, so how old is mom really? Because
Right.
she was very young looking for her age.
Wow. Global traveler. That's
Yeah. And, you know, it was just fun because she kept up with the group because she was youthful and she was energetic and she was 90 and at that time. And so we want these people to hang around. I miss mom on a daily basis, you know? So people are finding time to travel. People are finding time to be active. Don't cheat yourself out of these opportunities. Spend time with the people that you like being with. Remind them that you like being with them, how important they are to you, because lest the day come when you miss that chance to tell them, do you really want them to wonder, how did you really feel about them in the first place?
Right.
Tell them it's okay. So this is really about the types of things that we think are important about you. And we all want to maximize life. Unfortunately, we only have a limited number of days here, which it really, really stinks, because I like living and I want to live as long as I can.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy being around my daughters and I enjoy being around my friends and my coworkers. And I want to do that as long as I possibly can. So don't cheat yourself. You know, take care of you. Really pay attention. Look in the mirror and figure out what can you do to be even better. One of the points I just wanted to, I'm going to swing back. We were talking about Tom Hartman a bit and his love for, or not love for, Medicare Advantage plans. And I think what's really important to know is there are options beyond what you hear on TV. And Medigap plans are a possible option. They create more certainty in life. You know that you always have a place like Mayo Clinic will always be available to you, but so will Sloan Kettering or Johns Hopkins or
anywhere in the country.
Anywhere around the country.
Right.
And if you want that certainty, that may be the path.
Oh, the
for you
Medigap
instead of-
cover allows for that.
Right.
Yeah.
And Medigap plans now have options, financial options. They don't have to be higher premium plans. There are stripped down versions that have lower premiums, but still offer some certainty that you don't get with a Medicare Advantage plan. Maybe you don't get some of the other features, but you still can get, if certainty is important to you, that's something that you can still get in a stripped down Medigap plan. So these are, again, we talk about what are we learning? We're just learning this one over the last 2 weeks of, well, look at that. There are new options. And so that's what makes this stuff fun and exciting. So we need to stop being the victim. And I didn't know is no longer good enough. We cannot play the role of I didn't know. And even if you don't know what the question is that you need to ask, find something related to ask.
Well, right. And the question to ask you is, what questions should I be asking you, Harvey? I always find that the best question, because you're the expert and you've answered thousands of questions.
Right.
So you know which question should be asked of you.
And thank you for that. But and one of the things I'm going to mention again, 651-303-8889. Really, there's no reason to hesitate. Anything you share with us as licensed agents, as licensed brokers, is confidential. You can always feel secure knowing that. There isn't any kind of illness that anybody has that would throw us for a loop. We've heard it all. It's okay. This is safe space to have these conversations.
That's very important to remind people that it is confidential information. Fantastic. All right, the music is cueing us out, Harvey. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl & Company, a St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency. And we're talking about the importance of participating in an annual review during the current open enrollment period with Medicare. If you have a question for us, this is the time to give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
It's okay to talk about mental health. It's okay to struggle, and it's okay to ask for help. It's important that we support one another and work together to end the stigma so that we can start to tell a different story about mental health and well-being in our community. If you're looking for support for yourself or want to find resources for a loved one, visit makeitokay.org to get started. That's makeitokay.org.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Located just north of 50th in France, the Great Wall Restaurant has provided a delicious taste of authentic Chinese cuisine since 1981. Specializing in Szechuan and Peking dishes, they offer one of the most extensive menus in the Twin Cities. Favorites include hot and sour soup, pan-fried dumplings, and mushu pork with homemade Chinese pancakes. Stop by their Edina location or call for takeout at 952-927-4439. See the full menu at greatwallrestaurant.us.
Peace of mind shouldn't cost a fortune. We keep things simple at Schroman Law because we believe planning for your estate and end-of-life care shouldn't be stressful or expensive. Every client relationship starts with a free consultation so clients have the information they need before making important decisions. From there, we work closely with clients to ensure they are choosing the most efficient and cost-effective plans for their specific needs. Schedule a free consultation today at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Hey, it's Patrick. We're headed full speed ahead into the holiday season, so the biggest question facing your home is going to be, is it ready for the holiday season? And if you look around at your carpet, tile, rugs, upholstery, and the answer is no, you need to call My Cleaning Heroes at Zero Res. Some people hire a deal of the day carpet cleaner to save a little money, but trust shouldn't come that way. Think about it. There is no licensing required to be a professional carpet cleaner. Don't DIY it. Call Zero Res because you know it's safe and effective. The Zero Res Gotta Love It guarantee makes it easy to get what you pay for. Zero Res absolutely stands behind every cleaning, so go ahead and get clean and don't miss this deal. Get back to clean and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $75 off an air duct cleaning. Call my friends at Zero Res right now at 952-ZERO-RES or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglund, and joining me today is our resident expert in Medicare plans, and his name is Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl & Company, a St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency. And we've been talking today about all the highlights of the things we've been talking about in this series that we've had this fall about Medicare and decisions you need to make. And we are kind of wrapping things up here today. We're getting close to the end of the open enrollment period, which does end December 7th. So if you have a need or a question, please contact Harvey Pearl, and we'll make sure you get that number here in a minute. But we just want to make sure that everyone understands you don't want to go it alone, right, Harvey?
You do not want to go it alone. You don't want to wing it. And,
Yes.
you know, I was thinking recently, Susie Orman is just a really fascinating character.
Oh, yeah.
And I appreciate not just what she says, but I love how she says it. And she's so passionate about what she believes in. And it's not that my style is mimicking her by any means, but it just occurred to me that we have similar styles because we are passionate about what we believe in and what we do. And we want people to be wise. And so I don't mind being the Susie Orman of the Medicare world. I'm really proud of that. And that's really the theme about what a lot of what we do. And if that's a good analogy for people to place us in as related to a more popular character like Susie, that's okay. I like being in that category. Barbara Corcoran was brilliant in how she positioned herself as being an expert in the world of real estate. And, right. And so, this is what we do. And this is what we love doing. And it shows every day and people can pick up on that.
I've known you for years and you always come in with the same passion every time you're on the air about helping others. You really genuinely want to make sure they get the best plan for themselves. And like you always said, this is a complicated, lot of moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes no sense to try and do this yourself.
Right.
I mean,
and so we joke about writing thank you notes to the federal government on a daily basis for thank you for making this so complex. You've given us a purpose in life. But, it really is kind of true. It really has given us a great sense
but it's so important that people can then find, again, there's 156 or whatever the number of plans are, just crazy. But to have someone like you help them find that right. When I know we've talked about the fact that there's software applications out there to help people like you that are professionals in this area, but to have someone call and sit down and talk to you over the phone, on Zoom, in person, again, you're so flexible in how you reach out to people. But I just want to encourage people, don't wait, don't be shy. Harvey's great to talk to.
There's a different style in transactional relationships and relationships. And we remind people that we're not in this for moments, we're in this for years. So when you call 1-800 we don't care about you.com, whoever is answering the phone, all they want to do is sell you something. They don't really care what you buy, so long as you buy something. And they're very good and they're very manipulative.
Well, I've heard the word slick being used.
Slick is a very accurate word. But that is not the culture of my agency.
No,
that's
not at
not the
all.
culture of my team. And you are not a number.
Right.
You are you. And we get to know so many things about you, what you choose to share with us.
Right.
And, our relationships with our clients are just fun. We go out for coffee. We meet for dinner. A client came in this week and brought in Danish for our meeting, and it was like, hey, this is pretty cool. And that is the way it should be. That is the way business should be. It should be fun. So come join our family. I mean, it really is. We are Pearl and Company. That name was chosen purposely. It's not about me. It's about me and who's in the company. You're in the company. My team is in the company. The company is about us. It's not about me. And so Rachel Maddow, who I just have such a high regard for, gave a quote recently, and I just love it. I now have it up on my wall. And the quote goes like this: if you are lucky enough to have colleagues who are mutually supportive, mutually respectful, brilliant, and kind, even in difficult circumstances, even when you disagree, never let that person go. And I point that out because I am so friggin' lucky to be able to work with the caliber of the people that I have attracted to my team. And we're not done yet because we are slowly adding more and more people. Jennifer is a recent addition to the team that Raphael and I have been breeding. Eric is now a new member of our team, and it's growing selectively. Only you got to be worthy to be part of the team. So get to know us, and we're here for you to get to know. And I was saying earlier, I love when people call in and say, "Oh, I didn't want to talk to you. I wanted to talk to Raphael." Great. That is just great. That means that our team is impacting our clients. And so our role is to teach you, not to sell you. Again, a transaction may result, but that's after you make good decisions. So it's not about us. It's about you. Wherever you find the professional you choose to work with, and yes, we would like to be that group, but find a trusted professional who your chemistry is comfortable with. We're not all meant for everybody, and that's why there are choices in life. But if we're not it, then find somebody who is it. But get your review scheduled. We're running out of time, folks. December 7th is not going to move. So if you are currently in the Medicare system, you need a review, period. You just do. If you're new to Medicare, you don't need to abide by that December 7th deadline because this is your initial enrollment period. So you've got more flexibility.
And it's your birthday that determines the
your birthday determines your 65th birth month.
Yes.
But that's not necessarily when you want to turn on your Medicare, because if you're still working and you're in a group insurance plan, you can keep on going on for ages. It is important to know and schedule and strategize. When do you want to turn on your Part B benefits? Because that clock matters. That clock starts counting things. And so we don't want to just randomly turn on our Part B benefits. We want to know when we're going to turn on that Part B benefit. So, this is an example of the attention to detail. So if you're aging into Medicare in the next several months, let's prepare now. If you're 52 years old, let's prepare now. I'm not saying that lightly. There's strategy you can do. 651-303-8889. We're real people, no voicemail, no fee.
Ever.
Stop waiting. Love to chat with you.
All right. Well, we are nearing the end of the show, and I want to thank Harvey Pearl, principal of Pearl & Company, a St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency, for being with us again on this series we've had this fall. It's been wonderful to work with you, Harvey, on this series. It's been great.
More fun to come.
More fun to come.
Yes.
All right.
Stay tuned for 2025. We got more episodes.
We do, actually. And we hope you enjoyed today's show, folks. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, choose to live well.
Hi, this is Paul Metza, host of the Wall of Power Radio Hour.